In the silence of the desert, where the ancient sands whisper secrets older than recorded history, there existed a truth that would reshape everything humanity believed about the man they would later call the Christ. Long before the cross became a symbol of salvation, before the Gospels were penned by trembling hands, there was a school of mysteries hidden beneath the shadow of the great pyramids of Giza. The dawn broke crimson over the Nile as a young man named Yeshua stood before the entrance of the Great Pyramid, his heart pounding with anticipation and reverence. He was no ordinary seeker. His eyes held the depth of one who had already glimpsed the divine, yet his soul yearned for the complete revelation that only the ancient Egyptian mysteries could provide. "Are you prepared to die to who you have been?" The voice belonged to Khemwaset, the high priest of the temple, his weathered face bearing the marks of countless initiations. His words echoed through the stone corridors like a prayer whispered by the gods themselves. Yeshua nodded slowly, his voice steady despite the magnitude of the moment. "I have traveled far to understand the truth that lies beyond the veil of ordinary perception. I seek not just knowledge, but transformation." The priest smiled, recognizing the authentic hunger for wisdom that burned in the young man's eyes. "Then follow me, seeker. But know that once you enter these sacred chambers, you will emerge either as a master of the divine mysteries, or you will not emerge at all." As they descended into the pyramid's hidden passages, Yeshua felt the weight of millennia pressing down upon him. The walls were covered with hieroglyphs that seemed to pulse with their own inner light, depicting scenes of death and rebirth, of gods and mortals dancing in eternal cycles of creation and destruction. "These pyramids," Khemwaset explained as they walked deeper into the sacred geometry of stone, "are not tombs as the uninitiated believe. They are temples of initiation, designed to mirror the journey of the soul through death into immortality. Here the chosen ones learned to become living gods." The initiation chamber was a marvel of ancient engineering. A perfect cube carved from a single block of granite, its walls inscribed with mathematical formulas that would not be rediscovered by humanity for thousands of years. In the center stood a sarcophagus, not for the dead, but for the dying to self. "The Egyptians understood what your people have forgotten," the priest continued, his voice taking on the cadence of sacred instruction. "Death is not the end. It is merely the doorway to true life. In this chamber, you will experience the death of the ego, the dissolution of all that you believe yourself to be, so that you might be reborn as what you truly are." For 3 days and 3 nights, Yeshua lay in the stone sarcophagus, his consciousness expanded beyond the boundaries of his physical form. He journeyed through the underworld described in the Egyptian Book of the Dead, faced the 42 judges of the afterlife, and had his heart weighed against the feather of truth. But more than symbolic experience, this was actual transformation. His very cellular structure was being altered by the sacred frequencies embedded in the pyramid's design. On the 3rd night, as the constellation of Orion aligned perfectly with the pyramid's star shafts, Yeshua experienced the ultimate revelation. He saw the true nature of reality, how consciousness itself was the fundamental substance of existence, how love was the binding force that held all creation together, and how every human being carried within them the potential for godhood. "I understand now," he whispered as he emerged from the sarcophagus, his face radiant with an inner light that seemed to illuminate the entire chamber. "We are not separate from the divine. We are expressions of it. The kingdom of heaven is not a place to be reached after death, but a state of consciousness to be realized in life." If you enjoy these kinds of stories, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any of our content. And tell us in the comments where you are watching from. We would love to know. But the deepest secret was yet to be revealed. Khemwaset led him to a hidden chamber beneath the Sphinx, where ancient tablets contained the true history of humanity's spiritual evolution. Here, Yeshua learned that the pyramid was not just a temple, but a technology, designed to activate dormant capabilities within human consciousness. The knowledge you have received, the priest explained, has been preserved for thousands of years, waiting for one who would carry it forth to transform the world. You are that one, Yeshua. But know this, the path ahead will require the greatest sacrifice of all. The young initiate understood. The wisdom he had gained would be rejected by the religious authorities of his time, would be diluted and misunderstood by those who came after. Yet he also knew that the seeds of truth, once planted, would continue to grow through the ages, waiting for humanity to mature enough to receive them fully. Years later, as Yeshua walked the dusty roads of Palestine, healing the sick and teaching the multitudes, he carried within him the secret teachings of the pyramid. When he spoke of the kingdom of heaven, he was sharing the Egyptian mysteries. When he performed miracles, he was demonstrating the abilities unlocked through proper initiation. When he spoke of becoming perfect as the Father in heaven is perfect, he was revealing the ultimate goal of the ancient mystery schools. The cross, when it came, was not defeat but the final stage of his initiation, the public demonstration of the triumph over death that he had already achieved in the pyramid's sacred chambers. His resurrection was not a unique miracle, but the natural result of one who had mastered the ancient science of consciousness transformation. In the silence of the desert, where the pyramids still stand as sentinels of forgotten wisdom, the truth remains hidden in plain sight. The codes are embedded in the stone, the teachings preserved in the sacred geometry, waiting for those with eyes to see and hearts to understand. The greatest teacher the world has ever known was first and foremost a graduate of the ancient mystery schools, carrying forward wisdom that stretches back to the dawn of human consciousness. The question that echoes through eternity is not whether we can believe in the miraculous, but whether we are ready to become the miracle ourselves, to undergo the same transformation that turns ordinary human beings into living expressions of divine love and wisdom. And if you like this story, you will definitely love the next one that's appearing on your screen. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, leave your like, and activate the notifications. See you in the next one.